Hello, everyone. Welcome to the FutureDDS Dental School Experience Series, where we help you decide which dental school is right for you. Every school offers a unique and very different experience, and who better to explain what that school has to offer than a dental student who goes there. Our goal is to give you a first-hand perspective of every dental school program across America and ultimately help you make the right decision on what school will be best for you. Today, we'll be showcasing Sabine Page, who is a second-year student at Temple University Kornberg School of Dentistry. How you doing today, Sabine?
I'm doing well, and how are you doing?
Making it. Getting ready for clinic, so just like a lot of going on, but it's been pretty good these last few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So if you could, well, first I'd like to say thank you for joining us. Take some time out of your busy schedule. I know you're about to head in the clinic as well, so take some time out to sit with us and give your perspective on Temple so far. If you could, though, tell us a little bit more about yourself, reintroduce yourself, tell us where you went to undergrad, if you did a master's, where you did that, and then, of course, why, what influenced your decision to go into dentistry?
Sure. So, yeah, just reintroducing myself again. My name is Sabine Page. I'm a D2 at Temple. I guess a little background on myself. I am from Pennsylvania, so I am an in-state student. However, I did go to Rutgers for undergrad, so that was in New Jersey. But there was kind of where I got most of my pre-dental education, took DET courses, completed summer programs. And then upon graduation, I applied, so I did take a gap year. But for me personally, I felt like the gap year was something that was helping me prepare for what was about to come. Yeah, and then I guess, so why dentistry? For me, it sounds crazy, but dentistry has actually been something I've always wanted to do. So I didn't really know too much about dentistry until I actually got to college and, shadowed dentists and things like that. But, I feel like dentistry is just a career that, we all know is rewarding, not just with pay, but just with, like interacting with patients and being a female and being an African-American female as well. It's exciting to have, presence of diversity and different things in dentistry today. So I'm definitely excited for, what's about to come when I enter the clinic. And yeah.
No question. That's awesome. If you could just tell us a little bit more about your school, a little bit more about exactly where it's located. You said it's in Pennsylvania. How is that city? I guess it's like in the city, is it rural? How, just a little bit more background, and also how big is the first year class there?
Yeah, so as far as Temple goes, we are in Philadelphia. So for me, that was a key factor because, you're in dental school for 4 years. So obviously, you're going to be working hard and, school comes first. However, it is a big city, so get to have fun and still enjoy, having a city life downtown and things like that. As far as the school, we're a little bit north, so we're in North Philly. But, in a way, it actually is good that I'm a little bit further away because where we're situated is more of a, lower socioeconomic background, our patients. So our patient pool is massive. We do treat a lot of patients. And, I feel like that was one of the main reasons why I chose Temple, for the patient pool and the clinical experience that I was going to gain. So the class size that we have is 140 students. Okay. Temple does have a post-bac program, which, basically those students participate in the program for a year. And then if they, meet the requirements of their contract, they're able to actually transition into the incoming class. So even though our class size is 140, about 30 to 40 of the students in the class are post-bac students. So in reality, total DMD candidates that are applying outside of post-bac and getting in, there's about 100 seats, let's say. So it's a pretty decent class size, not too big, not too small, but that was also another thing that kind of drew me to Temple.
Cool. So yeah. You mentioned a few things that, ultimately went to your final decision of when you went to Temple, but when you were putting your list of schools together, what were some of the other factors, I guess your short list of factors that, got some schools on your list and kind of eliminated some schools from your list when you were putting that list together?
Yeah, so I guess personally for me, like I said, I am in state, so it was a matter of, where am I gonna feel, comfortable for the next 4 years, but also too financially, what really made sense for me. So I did get into other schools. Some were out of state and a little bit out of reach for me, which I'm grateful for even gaining an acceptance. But I feel like, at the end of the day, everyone will choose a school that really fits best with them. And Temple, for some reason, just like, not only was it in-state, but, when I went there for the interview process and everything like that, I truly enjoyed my experience there. And that, like, ultimately helped me make my decision.
Awesome. Now we're going to just take a little step back, rewind a little bit. I just want you to remember back to when you were interviewing and, filling out the applications, getting your interviews. How exactly was that interview process for you at Temple? And how was the interview day? How did it, I guess, can you take me through the schedule if you can remember back, like when you showed up, how you felt, and take me through the day?
Yeah, so as far as the interview process, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys know that you apply through AdSAS. So initially I got that done, and then you do have secondary applications. I completed those, and then I was fortunate to get an interview. As far as the interview day goes, so I'd say there's about a group of 30 students. The interview day is a full day, so you're there from about 9 to, I want to say, like 3. Mm-hmm. And the actual interview is about 10 minutes long. Mm-hmm. So when I interviewed, they actually had us on video. So it wasn't a one-on-one. It was a video camera, and we basically had to go into the room, and for 7 minutes just talk about ourselves.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it was different because it's like, what do I talk about? And it is nerve-wracking because you're nervous, but it actually was pretty dope. And like, at the end of the 4 years, I'll be able to watch the interview back and laugh at myself. But now it is a one-on-one interview for current students applying, and it still is recorded. However, you're talking to someone kind of like what we're doing right now. Okay. That video is just, the purpose of it is for the admissions committee to kind of go back and, view, the questions, how you answered them, how your body language and things like that. So the actual interview is 10 minutes, but throughout the day, you're doing tours, you're answering questions or asking questions that students, can answer for you throughout the day. And you get, PowerPoint presentations and things like that. It's a pretty like chill day. And I feel like that's how it goes for pretty much every dental school. Like it's a full day, and you just gotta be yourself and, enjoy the day for what it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, a lot of people are very nervous going into that day and really want to like grill you, but a lot of times they end up in the conversation. They want to get to know you.
Exactly. Yeah. And also too, I wanted to point out that the day, obviously you are being evaluated for your interview, but also are being evaluated throughout the entire day. So again, just be yourself. When you talk to students, ask valid questions. But as you said, everyone's nervous. So if you can find a way to combat that before you go in, at least for the 10 minutes, then try your best. But it's a pretty decent day.
Cool. So you've got accepted into Temple now. I'm sure you're excited. You're going back home to Pennsylvania. How was it for those first initial few months transitioning into school from Rutgers? So, you say you took a gap year. How was it transitioning back into school from taking some time off? And then obviously, like, how have you settled? How did you start to settle in?
Yeah. So, for me, I did take the gap year. I worked in a dental office for that year. So in a sense, it was a good thing because I was able to pick up dental terminology. Also, just learn, different things that you might not have learned outside of an office. But then as far as the transition into school, I hadn't been taking any courses. So it was hard to kind of manage my time because, I don't know if you agree, but in dental school, there's such a huge course load that it's one thing after the other. So that was a little bit hard for me to realize like, okay, I have 3 exams this week, and then I have 1 next week, and 2 quizzes and a practical every week. So definitely, you know, before entering dental school, you can find a way to, you know, just learn how to pick up time management skills. I think that would be great. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It just was in the beginning a little overwhelming.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys have like I guess I'm sure orientation week
Mm-hmm.
or a couple of days or so like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you guys start taking classes early? Like, do you guys kind of get eased into your course load, or do you just hit the ground running?
Yeah, so we do have the orientation. That week is kind of like getting to know everybody. We do different like fun activities, you know, even team building activities and stuff like that. But once class starts, it's like hit the ground running,
Okay.
which that's why it was a little bit challenging for me in the beginning. But once I got the hang of it, and most, you know, pretty much everyone gets used to that kind of grind that exists in dental school, then you know, it becomes second nature. So yeah.
Got you. So what does a typical day at Temple look like for a first year student? I guess maybe not just a particular day, because you know each day could be very different, but I guess maybe take me through a week, a quick review of a week of a Temple dental student first year.
Yeah, so first year, I guess as far as hours go, you know, it is pretty much a 9 to 5 day, maybe 3 days out of the week, and then 2 days out of the week you get out at like you said, it differs between the days, but you might get out early some days. So definitely expect to be there at least 8 hours a day on some days. But from 9 to 12, you may have a 3-hour course, which could be like biochemistry, and then you have lunch, and then you have histology in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then we also do take, at Temple, it's called R1, which is restorative dentistry, your first semester, where you're just waxing, which, you know, I feel like is typical for most dental schools, their first semester. So you might have that from 9 to 12 the next day, and then the following day you might not have it. So it kind of spreads everything out. Your classes are every day and, you know, in blocks, but you kind of just go with the flow each day. So yeah, and then also too, first year, we do have opportunities to assist in the clinic. So you know, you may do that for 3 hours on one day, and kind of just getting acquainted with, you know, the students, the faculty in the clinic, the, you know, procedures and things like that. So a typical day is just like mainly classes, and then here and there you might get a chance to assist. But yeah.
And for those assists, are those, you know, getting into the clinic, are those assists mandatory, or you kind of go as your schedule permits? You know, you kind of, if you have a test one day, obviously, I'm sure you'll study instead of going to assist that day. But
right.
You know, I guess you get to pick and choose when you fit those assists in.
So not your first year. So basically, first year you do have mandatory sessions for assisting. But like right now in my second year, you know, you can just go in, and we have to do about 4 assists in the next 4 weeks.
Okay.
So you can kind of go, you know, when it works for you. But yeah, first year it's good to kind of just see what goes on in the clinic, because like I said, you're in the classroom all day, so you don't really know what's going on everywhere else in the school. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool that they let us assist in the beginning and kind of put our hands to work.
Cool. And how is the progression going from first year to, I guess, 4th year clinic wise? Do you guys still have classes 3rd and 4th year, or are you guys completely done with classes after 2nd year?
So we do have classes 3rd year, and then 4th year we don't have classes. So okay. 4th year, yeah, it's mainly just treating patients, and then you know, taking the 7 boards that we need to take to get our license. So yeah, so you're pretty much taking courses all throughout. And your first year, you know, you take, as I mentioned before, biochem, histology, anatomy, which we do the cadaver lab. You know, we take just different courses that are preparing you for the national board part 1, like physiology. And then second year, we kind of transition into more dental related courses. So we take a denture course, we take a crown and bridge course, and we do a little bit of assisting. And then third year, it's mostly just seeing patients with a few courses. And then fourth year is no courses at all.
Cool, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we, you alluded to this already, but dental school is extremely busy. It could be hectic,
Yes.
and weigh on your energy all the time and your mental. So how do you, how do you take care of your work-life balance and kind of deal with the mental health aspect of dental school and all the pressure? And then does Temple have any type of system set up, whether it's like a counselor or a faculty member or something like that you can go to kind of help you out with that?
Yeah, so I personally believe that like work-life balance is huge in dental school, because like you said, we're so busy, so it's never going to stop. The busyness is never going to stop, so you have to find time for yourself. The way that I do that, I am in a few different clubs at the school, and we do a lot of like, let's say a happy hour or something. We'll do happy hours with students and we'll all come together. Or we collaborate a lot with Penn, which is also located in Philly, and we try to do events with them. The school, actually, we have a student faculty center that kind of has different like activities that we can participate in each week. You can go to the gym, you can take Zumba classes, you can buy discounted Phillies, Sixers tickets, because the city's so huge, so there's so much to do.
Wow.
And then, at the school as well, they have wellness, they have yoga, and different things like that for students to, like you said, kind of get away from that busy lifestyle, or even just an hour or two a day. So I try to find time for that, and just explore Philly. I like eating a lot, so I go to restaurants and try out different foods and things like that.
Cheesesteaks?
Huh?
Cheesesteaks?
Cheesesteaks, yeah. Yes, don't even get me started. The cheesesteaks, like no other.
Where's the best cheesesteak in Philly?
Jim's. And anyone that is watching can fight me, but Jim's steaks, like
at her.
Hands down. But yeah, so Philly's great. I feel like you get best of both worlds. You get school and you get academics, and then you can also have a lot of fun at the same time. So
Got you. So
yeah.
Next, we just want to, I guess give a little bit of advice, direct advice to anyone who is specifically, specifically interested in going to Temple. So if I'm a pre-dental student and this is my number one school, what are some things that I should be focusing on to, I guess, help me get in as well as be successful once I do get into my dream school of Temple?
Yeah, so I personally believe that in general, just applying to dental school, you can find a dentist who, not only just lets you shadow and just kind of stand on top of them and watch. If you're able to assist and build those manual dexterity, like hand skills early on, it will only benefit you. So if you can assist, if you can work, in an office. And then additionally, I feel like if you can find pre-dental summer programs that, have aspects where you can take alginate impressions and drill and things like that. And I say that for Temple because we are a very clinical based school. So, we do see a lot of patients. So there's a lot of patients to treat, and we're constantly using our hands from the moment that we walk into the school. For example, like our requirements for graduation, are a minimum of 80 extractions and 15 crowns and 11 denture arches, you know what I mean? And they put a lot on us because there's so many patients to treat. So you might end up seeing a patient and extracting 4 teeth in one visit, just because of where we're located. So I feel like, if you can build those manual dexterity skills, even if it means like if you braid hair or if you can like play the piano, I don't know what it is, but definitely let the school know that you are very good with your hands, and I feel like that is helpful. And then, on top of that, obviously trying to do your best in school with the GPA, the DAT, dental school in general is competitive. So if the better you can do and make yourself stand out, you'll definitely have opportunities to get into Temple. So, yeah.
Got you. Last couple questions here. We're going to start wrapping it up here. So you might have spoke on it before, may have alluded to a few different things before, but what are some things that are extremely unique to Temple that you feel are advantages to your experiences that you would never want to change about your dental school experience so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think I may have covered it as far as like the clinical experience. I feel like, Temple makes sure that once you graduate, you're ready to work and you've seen crazy cases that patients come in with that you might not get to see somewhere else. So I feel like that's what definitely makes Temple stand out is the clinical curriculum. And then, all the students have to do a research project before we graduate. So if you're trying to specialize, it will only benefit you. Um, but yeah, I feel like just location and the environment at the school, my class, we work hard and we play even harder,
Good.
I feel like that for me, like just when I even met students on my interview day, I kind of was vibing with them and, I could tell like this is an environment that I would want to be in for the next 4 years. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. So the last question, if you have any last words of advice for our viewers out there who may be struggling along their journey getting into dental school, maybe doubting themselves, whatever the case is, just going along their journey getting into dental school, what are some last words of advice that you can offer to them to help them through?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest advice to you guys is never give up. You were made for this, you're working hard and, don't ever think that what you're doing is not enough. Because a lot of times I was during the process getting discouraged or, like it happens and I know that's going to happen, which is why I still want to tell people like, you will get through this, even if it feels impossible. And, good luck. I hope to see you guys at Temple or just, in dental school in general. And if you guys ever have questions or want to contact me or anything, feel free to email me, Instagram, anything that, I can do, I'll definitely try to help.
Got you. So if you could, offer the viewers your Instagram, and I'm sure they can get in touch with you directly. What is it? How can they get in touch?
So, yeah, so it's at Sabini Bean, Sabiney, and then Bean, Bean.
Got you. We'll make sure we put that down in the description so that everyone out there who has any questions for Sabine about Temple or about her dental school experience, whatever, any questions that you do have, you can get in touch with her directly. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. On behalf of FutureDDS, Sabine, and all subscribers and viewers out there, just want to send a huge thank you for taking some time out of your schedule. Of course, again, I know you got some patience. You probably got a call and
Right.
I know I do, but definitely,
Yes.
like again, thank you for giving us some insight into Temple, and I'm sure you are a great help to a lot of people out there.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. And I've already told you, but what you guys are doing is pretty dope, and thank you for the opportunity.
Man, thank you. So again, best of luck to you heading into clinic. I'm sure you're gonna hit the ground running. It's gonna be a breeze. But for everyone else out there, if you haven't already, hit that like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell so whenever we post up new content. Stay tuned to all the videos in the series because we're covering every school across America and helping you make the right decision on which school is going to be best for you. So again, see you later, Sabine. Sure, I'll see you at a conference or something this year. But that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys next time. All right.